It's the Digital Board Gamer here with our week in review for July 21st to the 25th of 2025. We have 2 full releases, a tiny update, and 9 beta games to look at, so we need to get started. The biggest update is Welcome to the Moon. Adventure 5 is now available, and they say more content is yet to come. I believe there's 8 in total, so there's 3 left to go. Here, you see it took them about 15 days to get from alpha to full release, so we'll see if more releases can come out. First, we have Hamsters versus Hippos, a family weight press your luck style game. Came out in 2021, rated about a 6, but with only 64 ratings, so I think it's just not really well known. It is 2 to 6 players and plays in about 6 minutes. And I thought this one played fine, turn-based or real-time. So the game, you're going to be coming off on the edge. You're going to be trying collecting some lotus flowers to get points. Every tile you're on is slightly different. There's like this one here allows you to peek at what's underneath. And basically the press your luck comes in because there's 2 hippos buried in the board. And if you flip the hippos over, you're out. And then if 2 hippos get flipped over, the round is over. So if you like a family weight push your luck style game, check that one out. Next up, we have Wandering Tower, another family weight game. It's a race game with dice and cards. This one here with quite a bit more ratings, 7.4 currently, 2 to 6 players, best rated 4 to 5. And looks like on BGA there is a solo option, and it plays about 20 minutes real time. This is a game, unless you take really good notes, I don't recommend turn-based, because it is really easy to lose where your wizards are, and then you're just taking guesses where you might think they are. It's just a pain. So unless you're really good notes, I don't recommend this one turn-based. So everybody's going to have a hand of these cards right here. And on the left side, it says you can move towers in the 3 spaces. On the right side, it says you can move the wizard. You're trying to get your wizard, this purple wizard here, inside this little tower here. So what you do is play a 3, and you can move that wizard 3. Where it becomes difficult is you can actually stack towers. So if you notice this, there's a 2 here. There's 2 towers stacked on top of each other. There could be a wizard underneath the bottom. There could be a wizard in the middle space. You don't know. It's really easy to lose your wizards. So if somebody was moved this tower here, move it 4 spaces, it would go on top of this green wizard here. And then that wizard obviously couldn't move until that tower moved. So overall, I thought I liked this one. But like I said, real time for me on this one. Then next up, we have IE, a 2-player abstract strategy game. Newer game, not a lot of votes, not a lot of information out yet. And I think this one played fine turn-based or real-time. All right, so you're going to be moving this disc around the board. When you move it onto a space, your opponent actually gets that tile. Whoever has the most of each color scores a certain amount of points. The game is played over multiple rounds, and I believe you need 2 wins to win. And then lastly, the bigger thing is each tile, you can do something with it to move around the board. Normally, you just move adjacent, but you can discard tiles to move different spaces. Like the yellow one here, as you can see, you can move to the cornered one if you discard it, and so on. So if you're a fan of abstract strategy games, check that out. Then we had Bricolage Heads. This one is pretty well rated with only 47 ratings. I think it is unique because it is a 2-player only, pretty heavy Euro. It's pretty complex strategy. I wouldn't say the game's terribly difficult to play, but the strategy is more complex. Now, I didn't get really far in my play, so I don't want to misspeak about anything, but basically you're going to be playing cards down here. You're going to be building a robot here. And then you're basically using like graffiti advertising to promote and try to get people on your side kind of thing. So, like I said, I don't know too much about it yet. Didn't get very far in my play. Then we had Vegetable Stock, a family economic card game. This one is from 2019. You see it's a little bit less than a 7, voted best with 4, and a real family weight of 1.06. Now this game plays quickly in about 3 minutes, so it's a quick game to play real time. It does recommend real time only, and the reason for that is it's hard sometimes to remember what other people have taken. And here you can try to remember a little bit. It's easier. Oh, my opponent has 2 carrots. So I don't want to leave the carrot here because it'll increase it. So basically what happens in a 2-player game, 3 cards will be dealt out. I will take 1, and then my opponent will be left with 2. If he chooses these 3 here, the eggplant and 2 broccoli, this card here will be left. You will increase the eggplant by 1 and the carrot by 2. Then at the end of the game, you see your value of your cards in your hand times the points they're actually worth. So overall, it's a fun game, but yeah, definitely might be more fun, easier, real time. Then we had Medu, a 2-player only abstract strategy game, which is basically tic-tac-toe. So you and your opponents have pieces 1 through 4 of 4 different colors. You're going to be placing them on the board. But what you can do in this game is when you have a bigger piece down, you can actually put a littler piece, so a 4, you can put a 3 on top. You can start with any color and then put another color on top and so on. But you can see here, having 4 in a row with the color on top of the same. You can do 4 in a row with different colors. You can do a stack of all 4 of the same color or a stack of 4 all different colors to win. So if you like abstract strategy games, check that out. Next up, we have Livingstone, a 1 to 5 player game. There is a solo option here on BGA for this game, and it takes about 17 minutes. The game is a bit older. In 2009 it came out. It's rated 6.4 with about 1,500 ratings and voted best with 4. So in this game, your actions are going to be based on the dice. You're going to take 2 actions or up to 2 actions per turn, but you have to take a higher dice the second turn. So if I take the 5 first and there's no dice that's higher, of course I can't take a second action. Your actions are taking money equal to pips. You can take gems. You see like some are worth money, some are worth a lot of money. 1 gem makes you put all the gems back in the bag. There's also cards you can draw and actions. And then lastly, you can put out tents here. This boat's going to go down the river where it reaches the end and it'll be the end of the game. The biggest thing, you score points based on the tents. The big thing with the money here, you're donating to the queen. If you donate the least amount of money, you score 0 points in the game. Points are mostly these tents. Whoever has the most tents in each row scores the points for this tents. And then we have Don't Let It Die, a cooperative game where you're trying to keep the fire alive. 1 to 4 players, 35 minutes. Came out in 2020, but only has a few ratings here. So you see here, this is your round marker. After turn 14, you lose. You also lose if the fire runs out. What you're trying to do here is get all the way down here to make a fire starter. But you're just going to be gathering resources, crafting things, getting food, feeding your people, so on. And it plays kind of similar to most cooperative games where you have a set number of actions. Actions are stamina here. Certain actions cost a certain amount of stamina, and that's kind of your actions. So if you like cooperative games, check that one out. And then lastly, we have Cardia, a 2-player only card game. Takes about 13 minutes. And this looks like another brand new game here coming out this year with only 40 ratings. So you're going to have a hand of cards here. You're going to be playing them. And basically each player is going to put down a card face down. When a card flips over, the higher number wins this little token. You need 5 of those tokens to win a round. The lower card, you do the action below. And then now that might manipulate things where maybe you actually didn't lose or so on, because there's a lot of cool little actions that way. And then that's really it. So if you like these really quick battling style games, there's a lot of cool combos with your characters setting things up that I quite enjoyed with it. All right, now for our full release, Verso. Verso is a card playing game for family weight as well. 1 to 6 player, and takes about 5 minutes. And again, a brand new game here without a whole lot of ratings. So what you do in this game is you're going to be drawing a card each turn. You either decide if you want to keep it or flip it. The cool part about this card is every card, the backside is a different color, and the numeric value is going to be +1 or -1, so you can kind of guess what it might be. Also, the points will go from 1 to 3, vice versa. So here, the backside of this will only be worth 1 point. It will not be an orange, and it'll either be a 5 or a 1. Once you create a sequence, like here, this guy's a 4 and a 5, you can score this sequence. You'd only score 4 points because you can only score the sequence cards, and then the 2 highest cards would go away. You score points that way. You also make your opponents flip over their highest card of that color, so that would go to a different set. There's also a way of scoring, I think it's 12 points. If you get 3 of each in your little area, you score 12 points. And if you're interested in this style game, I have a longer video that will show you more how to play. And then lastly, we have Cafe, a tile placement resource management style game. 1 to 4 players, so there's a solo option in 21 minutes. This one came out in 2020, rated decent, 7.2, and voted best with 2. This one I rather enjoy, and I gave it an 8. So at the start of each round, there'll be 3 cards up here. You're going to take one and draft it, and then you're going to place it down here. You have to cover up 2 spots on a card, so here he set himself up to cover up these 2 spaces. The way you do that is you select all of an A area. A area are all beans. So anything that's touching a set, you can put cubes on all these. Then you're going to dry them. So that's the B area. So here he's got 2 and 2. So he can activate both of these with just 1 action. These coffee cups here are your actions. And then C, your roasters. Again, he can do 2 at a time. Then finally, D is delivery. It goes to your warehouse, or there are special order cards here. Most of your points come from these special order cards, but then on your warehouse up here, you basically score points for your lowest number of cubes. So you want to try to get all of them higher to score the most points. So like I said, I really enjoy this one. I like just building it out. It does go pretty quick. It's only 8 rounds, so you feel like, oh, I finally got something going, and then it's over, which is probably for the best, but just be aware of that. So for my pick of the week on Pick Cafe, I might have picked this. I'm pretty sure I picked this when I was in beta. I really just enjoy this one. It's a lot of fun. You can play it solo real quick in 10 minutes maybe, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely a little bit of luck on the cards that come out for sure. Well, let me know in the comments what your pick of the week was. If you like Cafe, or maybe you like co-ops and you picked Don't Let It Die. That was another good one. So, well, as always, I've been the Digital Board Gamer. Good luck and have fun.